Ahoy! Here's Fnor, the lonely crowd, and I'm back with my bear hero. Let's go and play some World of Warcraft. Now, where was I? In between the last video and this one, I moved from Thunderbluff to Camp Tarayo, and I decided to pick up skinning, which I later found out gives experience. And while I was skinning my way through Malgor, I leveled up again. That's why I'm level 24 now. And now I need to pick up quests in this area. I should be able to do them. What does the quest log say? Call of Water, I don't need that one. Tribes at War, yeah, green quest. Talk to the guy in Crossroads. I should be able to do these quests. Still the Chinese New Year event. I think it was Chinese New Year.
May your blades never dull.
Gather weapons. Okay, only 2 quests in this area. So, I am going to kill some stuff over there. Rebuffing. And oops, wrong. I'm really not used to this character at the moment. I've been playing my caster a lot, so the key bindings are off a bit. Don't kill it without don't kill it without me. Yeah. If my imp kills the mob, I don't get the kill for the quest, so and the mob I don't even need for the quest. Yeah, the hunters are not what I need. I need the water seekers. I need geomancers and thorn weavers. Hunter, water seeker. Now, where to next? Don't have the Thunderhawk quest, I don't have a Storm Snout quest, so I can avoid those mobs. Is this a hunter? Ah, Thorn Weavers. Ooh.
Enough range.
No. I should probably, if I'm running around this much, stop using my aspect of the cheetah, but far too useful to move between camps. One more caster and one over here. There's one hiding in the bushes. The bushes? Bushes. Ah. The item clock. Getting plus 2% of 2% strength. Did I forget to loot something? Now, where was I going? Over here. Ah, one more Thorn Weaver. I am really missing the mangle skill from the bear, the attack which can be used anytime. I don't think I'm getting it this early. Now maybe it's a talent. I don't know. Yeah, really late in there, mangle. Really late in the talent tree. Isn't there anything else I can use? Swipe costs rage. Cat skills I can't use as a bear. Anything? It's really annoying that I can't do anything but maul my enemies. Oh well, I'll have to work with what the game is giving me. Anything over here? There's the Sound Weaver. Now. Wrong and now. Nope, I'm not fighting that one. Running through the barrens. Now, Geomancers. I'm not really sure I should be doing this quest. It's green in the quest log. But since I'm already doing it, I might just complete it. Since I'm just beating the crap out of mobs, I'm going to talk about other things. I've recently started playing in a pen and paper group of the a little bit older D20 Warcraft game, where we started a horde group consisting of an undead ranger, a troll berserker who's really chill, who's just like, if I don't have to fight, I'll just smoke a little bit. And what else? We have an orc hunter, and my own character is half ogre rune master, as kind of a cleric, as a healer. And with the mechanics of D&D which are behind it, my character has an attack range of 20 feet with melee attacks, which is really funny. It's my character counts as large. Why is it huge? The size categories I don't know. The character is larger than normal, and then I gave the character a spiked chain, which gives reach appropriate to the size. So my character gets another 10 feet of reach. But being large has also the disadvantage that more enemies can hit me, and I have lower defense and lower attack. So it balances out. And yeah, we started playing. One of the players wasn't there that day, so we're probably picking it up at another play session. And our first mission was meeting in Razor Hill, Durta, Razor Hill here, and getting some experience by taking on some missions. And one of the generals there, one of the guard captains, was wondering if humans had resettled in the old keep, which is actually a quest in World of Warcraft, and we had then to go to Tiragard Keep, or rather we had to follow the trail of someone going to Tiragard Keep and find out if whoever was settling there was an enemy, or if they were just trying to survive, not really attacking us, the horde in that area. And as soon as we got close, to the group of humans that were marching in front of us, we had scouted out Razor Hill. We decided to go the diplomatic road, since we were playing right at the beginning of World of Warcraft, where the peace is still there, but in some areas people are hitting each other. So we tried to sound them out and find out if there were enemies or if they were just emissaries of Theramore or something like that. And so we sent the two characters that seemed kind of the most threatening, except for maybe the undead ranger, but she kept her cowl up, so she didn't really look like an undead. People over. My at least 3 meter tall half ogre and the troll berserker to talk to them, and it didn't go over that well. They pulled their weapons, but they didn't attack, which was good. But they made it very clear that we're not supposed to be near them. We were monsters and stuff like that, and in the end we decided to go to settle down on the hill next to them and just watch them, which made them so nervous that they started that they broke camp and started hustling through the night back to Tiragard Keep. And since our characters were all kind of survival characters, nature characters. We were rather adept at following them, so we were kind of shooing them along, threatening them in the way that we are always over the next hill. Until we reached Tiragard, where we camped to rest a little bit, since the orc in our group failed his check. If he failed he failed his checks so he was tiring out, and so we had to rest a little bit. And after resting, we just marched up to the gates of Tiragard and demanded to speak to the leader. Since Durota was is official territory of the Horde, what were they doing here and stuff like that. And yeah, they didn't like that, so they threatened us with a crossbow. But the moment they would attack us, they broke the peace, so we could retaliate. So we just waited until they finally managed to get their general to come, and the general was absolutely not cooperative. He was a general of General Proudmoore. If you played Warcraft 3, the storylines around the founding of Durata, founding of Orgrimmar, Jaina's father, and they really hate the Horde. So they didn't want to talk to us. They said we should go away and that they would attack us. And the moment they said they would attack us and officially declared their intent to attack, we started to move towards the gates, and that's when the fight broke out. They sent out a shield wall and a few workers, since they really hadn't all that many people with them to take over that camp. And we kind of slaughtered them. I say kind of because my character marched in front and got all the attacks in the face. My character has the lowest armor class, so, and my character is the biggest character, so the biggest target. The good thing is they weren't that powerful, so I survived the attacks and could heal the next round as a rune master. But it was probably not the wisest decision to march in the front as the healer, especially since I have such a long attack range. I should have let our berserker and the others go first, or maybe if I remember correctly, the other two are both ranged. But our Dark Ranger had to find out that range damage is without talents really, really bad in D&D. So she switched later on. Blood shards. In the end, as I said, we slaughtered them, and our ranged players in the group nearly killed the general who was standing on the walls of the fort, because there are 8 enemies running towards us. Who do we attack? The guy who was just shouting at us. But it worked out. We got rid of the troops that were attacking us, and we had to stop the session when we finally entered the fort and had hunted them into the guard tower. And I suspect we will be finding the player who had missed a session in there, chained somewhere or something. The easiest way to introduce a player, free his character when the others arrive. Oh, kudos. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, I really like to play pen and paper RPGs. I'm part of 3 semi-regular groups at the moment, if I have it correctly. One group of Pathfinder, where I play a gnomish cook monk. A gnome who is traveling the world to find all the recipes there are, any delicious food you can find. A German role-playing setting called in German Splittermond, which is could be translated as Splinter Moon, since the name-giving moon is broken in the sky, which looks at a graphic really cool. It's a rather classic fantasy setting based on our world. Not based on our world, but the basic layout of the world is rather similar. I really like it. In that game, I'm playing a dwarfish blacksmith, a female dwarf, who has set out to find ancient secrets of smithing, and recently found out flight might be possible if you build the right kind of vessel. So she started making up plans and building a workshop to build the first Zeppelin, an airship. That's why I also invented I made up another character to replace her. The moment she starts really working on that ship, I can't play her. She can't travel the world anymore. So I will have to play some other character. And I made... whoa, what's going on here? Where did these come from? The other character is her younger brother, who is absolutely not like other dwarfs. He decided to run away at a younger age. He later returned to his family to show them what his travels showed him. He ran into a traveling group of elves, and yeah, like this group, this special kind of elves are oh, I can't skin this. I need to level skills somewhere else then. I'm losing focus. He joined a kind of a circus troupe of elves and learned about their gods, and decided that he wanted to pray to their god of traveling. So he is a dwarf that travels lightly, has no armor, tends to dye his hair. He's really weird, but extremely friendly, a healer, and a person that just loves traveling for traveling purpose, not to gain money. That's why he's actually hitting up why he actually is going to his sister to ask her for money to fund his travels. And yeah, I really love creating characters. The more choices I have to build a character, and the more obscure choices I can make, the more fun I have. And as I said, the 3 regular or semi-regular campaigns. The newest is the Warcraft campaign. And yeah, we just had 1 session. I'm not even sure. Oh, I'm killing the right mobs, I wanted to say, but that's just the right mob that I needed. Then I think I need a shield from these guys. And I should heal. Since I've recently learned how to do that, I should probably use it. I'm not killing enemies faster, but at least they are not killing me all the time. Oh, a chest. I've probably been talking too fast and too much for you to really get what I was babbling about. But yeah, I really like role-playing games. Yesterday I had out with our gaming club. We have here a small gaming club society. I'm not sure what the right word is. It's kind of a charity club to introduce children to classic games like board games and stuff, because nowadays children tend to just sit around with displays like I'm doing right now. It's kind of but to offer them the opportunities, we have made this gaming club, and yesterday I helped out by offering a round of Starfinder, the newest pen and paper game from Paizo. The newest, I don't know the others. The spin-off of the Pathfinder setting, which is D&D 3.5.5, as some friends say. And maybe I should read some. Yeah, I made a showcase of Starfinder, which is an interesting setting. The game rules are really like D&D or Pathfinder, but they got rid of this multi-attacking, which comes in higher levels. Instead, you can have a maximum of 2 attacks in one round, but the damage of the weapons is scaling up really high, since you are firing laser guns and stuff. Oh, nothing. And maybe a rebuff. Yeah, and my test round was rather straightforward. I had my players go on a mission for the Starfinder Society to help out a small space station. The space station had found few smaller ships nearing their position on their long-range sensors, and asked for assistance, since the ships weren't answering their calls. So the group was sent out to look into it if there was something dangerous there, to help out. And the moment they arrived via hyperdrive, they were attacked by uh, a group of 3 goblin ships, and the Pathfinder goblins are really crazy creatures. Kind of suicidal a little bit, but that's just right for introduction to a role-playing system, to have enemies that might actually kill themselves if things go wrong. And they had the fight around the space station and defeated all 2 of the goblin ships, destroyed them, and 1 docked at the space station. So they had to get on the space station to get rid of the goblins that had entered. And yeah, somehow how the goblins initiated the self-destruct of the space station, or so it seemed. And they had then to follow them, the goblins, into one of the energy generators and try to kill all the goblins. But it seemed like there were so many goblins; they were swarming from the back all the while. Since I had miscalculated the power of the goblins, they were really weak. They had 6 HP. I'm using just 1 more of these guys. So the goblins were dying like flies. They'd thrown 1 grenade into the fray, and 3 goblins keeled over. Yeah, after a while of fighting, they tried to lure out the goblins, but Pathfinder goblins maybe. Starfinder goblins may be chaotic, but they are not stupid. They watched them plant a bomb in the entranceway, and so the goblins decided to retreat as well, and to lure in the player characters again. So they had to come back into the room, and while the player characters were deciding what to do, I had the goblins enter the ventilation shafts behind them and circle around and run out back to their ship on the other side. And where's the mob buried? There, over there. So the final goblins got away, taking one of the energy cores of the generator, but in the end the mission was counted as a success, since nobody died really, at least in that area of the space station. There were more invasion points, but they did what they could. They defeated a bunch of goblins and returned at least 1 power core. There were 2, because the last goblin didn't get on the ship that the rest of the goblins had fled on. This goblin had found his way into their own food stores and was sitting on their ship, which resulted in it being shot and getting blood all over their food. Gross. But yeah, in the end, as I said, they succeeded. The Starfinder Society accepted their application, and if I were to continue that round, that campaign, they would now be able to fly under the banner of the Starfinder Society, getting their support. And yeah. Oh, I'm running out of steam when talking now. I'm getting really excited when talking about the role-playing games, because I love these games. They are so inventive, so so cool stories, the so amazing stories that you can find. No. Maybe I should get back to the game. I've just drifted off and was killing the moves on auto kill here, on auto mode. I still level 23. I can't. Skinning 115. What level do I have skinning? Skinning 73. So I need to go somewhere lower to level it up. Yeah. Since I wanted to go to the crossroads anyway, so at some point. Yeah, back to the World of Warcraft. to the Ascension WoW. I decided to level leatherworking since the armor class I get as a bear is scaling a lot better if I'm wearing leather than if I were to wear plate armor in bear form, since the multiplier only affects leather, and I think the multiplier is so high that leather armor is better than the unscaled plate, the unscaled scaled plate. The only thing I'm doing like other tanks is I'm going to wear shield, since the shield armor is just added on. So having a few hundred or later on thousands points of extra armor is always nice. Yeah. I really need to get my skill up. And at least I'm not dying as much as I did in the Hillspread foothills. That's kind of nice. Now, adding a bit of agility and stamina. Stamina? I really... I'm not remembering it. I've been hearing so much English over the years, but the moment I need to speak it myself, I really lose the pronunciation. It's really weird. Yeah. Marching along. Next thing I'm going to do is going to the crossroads to skin a few animals to get my skill up. No. Oops. Okay. I just freed him. Ah. Nice. Since I have to go to there anyway. Now, getting myself a speed buff. I don't know if it stacks with Aspect of the Cheetah. I really need to get rid of all the stuff I've just looted. Just picking up stuff and more stuff and more stuff.
Speak, friend.
I really shouldn't drift off like that. This weapon is not as good. I recently picked up a weapon from the ones I sent myself with my other character, Beasel's Basher, which has as random enchant life stealing on it.
For the Horde.
I'm not quite sure what life stealing does.
Strength.
Maybe later. I think it's a proc that does a really small amount of life leech. Now, this quest is over there. Okay, I'm not going to Thousand Needles just yet. I don't have the flight route, I think, to... Yeah. So I will have to walk. maybe getting my imp back, but yes. What was I wanted to sort out my inventory, right? Ooh. 3-8. It's at least a little bit better. And I don't know what that sound effect was. Now, a lot of stuff. That's a staff. I don't need that one. I recently found out I can just... What is it? Ah, I put my... Can I put my totem?
I can't equip that.
I can just throw this one away. I can put my totem here and still use them, so I have the ranged slot open, and the moment I find a wand with some cool stats, I might just put it there, because hey, stats.
Greetings.
Now, this I turned in the quest, so I don't need the shields anymore. No. Oh wait, maybe? I don't know what gloves do I have. 4 spirit, 4 stamina. Eh. Ooh. For agility, 4 stamina is definitely better for me. Ooh, my imp takes a little bit of little bit less damage. Now, melon juice. Oh, so much stuff. Don't need that. No. A bag. Maybe I should send all this this cloth over to my other character. Might just be able to do something with it. Food, water, and leather. Now that is sorted out. Do I need maybe a little bit of that. Now I'm done with sorting my inventory. Yeah. My mind is really something that I wish I could sort my mind like that. That would make things a lot easier. Now, marching along. Since I've got a long way to go, I might just look into things to spec. I think there was something. This one is nice, but I can't spec that yet. Toughness, yeah. Anticipation, increasing dodge chance, since I will need that later. Now, I still got two skill points, which means I can spec something useful. This raptor, maybe I can skin this one. Let's try it. I just got the highest level, yeah, 80. I need something on level 16 to increase. A little bit annoying, but if you want to craft something, you need to work on it, either by running around and gathering all the nodes or herbs, or by searching for mobs you can actually use. Now, What skills? What skills to use? Not talents. So much choice. Teleport. I'm 25. I might be able to learn teleportation magic. Portal mastery. Awesome. This is one of the most useful skills in World of Warcraft. Being able to open portals and teleport to the major cities. It's always something you should take, and unless you're always playing with someone who has taken it, so you don't need to. But if you're playing solo like me, it's really, really amazing. I still need to visit the trainers in the major cities to learn the teleport and get the material, but it's so useful if you want to swap continents. You don't have to run to the Zeppelin and wait for it for 10 minutes or stuff like that. You can just jump over with a 10-second cast. A hyena on level 16, yeah! And a giraffe. Sorry if I'm stopping my way now, but I really need to get my skill up so I can actually skin the mobs around where I'm leveling. At least the skill goes up really fast. All skill progress is measured in three points, not in 1 point as it is normal, which is really useful to get skills up if you're leveling as fast as you do on these servers. I'm not criticizing the leveling rate. It's ideal. It's really better than vanilla leveling. In vanilla you had to run around all the time, swapping areas, since you didn't level from you did all the quests for your level in one area, and didn't level up, so you were not ready for the next level of quest. So you had to go to the next to another area on the same level. And most of the time even that wasn't enough. So it was really, really grindy and you had to run around all the time. Annoying. I have fond memories of playing back then because it was just the way it was. But I really prefer faster leveling and a little bit less punishing gameplay. So that's why I'm probably going to when Blizzard publishes their vanilla servers, I'm going to look at them, maybe level 1 character, but I'm not going to invest much time to that, since I really like to play a game and not suffer it. I remember that you had to run really long distances if you died, and not all classes were really made for leveling. Wasn't all that great. Now I can move on. The mobs here are... maybe that level will give a point, but the level 10 and 11 mobs are no longer giving me skinning points, I think. Now... yeah. Infected gazelles. How this thing can even stand upright? It's definitely an undead. You can see the ribs, you can see the spine. if an animal looked like that and was walking around, I seriously would call a vet, or a vet, and have it looked at while keeping my distance, since it really looks like a zombie. And we all know how zombies just need one bite to infect you. Now,
How may I aid you?
stuff. And I filled my bags by just walking around a little again. Stuff, more stuff. Light height I might actually use. I should have picked that one up before in the chest, but as I said, I was distracted. I really am not that good at multitasking. Talking about something amazing and thinking about what to do in the game. I can auto-hit stuff, but I can't really decide things like, this might be useful.
Strength and honor.
4 stamina, 7 intellect, 2 8. The one I have is better, so I'm going to sell this. And the flight point. Hey. Hello. Now, where? What? Not really needed. What else is there to do? Go to Malgor. And
Hello, man. Peter.
something in the Southern Barrens over here. No, there was no other quest over here. What do I still have lying around? Respec stuff. I'm not respecing at the moment. Ooh, another 12 slot bag. Really useful thing. Bags. Not as important in the live World of Warcraft in Legion at the moment, since you have over 20 slot bags. But in a vanilla setting, really useful. Every single slot you can get is useful.
How you doing, man?
Holy protection.
See ya later.
Now, that was this and that, and I think
Blood
I'm
and thunder.
going to do the quest in Malgor. I'm not sure what to do there. And then I'm going to get the teleport spell for Thunderbluff, which is really useful. Since it's the best point to get to any part of the southern Kalimdor. If I remember correctly, the Alliance can get teleport to Theramore, which is in a way even better, but I've got no choice. I can't learn, or maybe I can learn on this server how to teleport to Theramore, but that would mean my death the moment I arrived. Now, flying over this landscape. Ooh, that reminds me, in the Warcraft pen and paper game, the Rune Master channels magic by imitating the ley lines, the magic lines that run through the whole world, and the healing ley lines is an area in Malgor. Somewhere around here there are, in the official lore, there is an area of hot springs which increase regeneration if you rest there. That's one of the really cool parts about the RPG, about the pen and paper. there's a lot of lore to things that are not explained in the game and not explained in other books. And I've read a big story part just out of curiosity about the Nerubians, and that they had a rather interesting society. If they were still around, or I think they are still around, but they were not implemented the way Blizzard planned to implement them. They wanted to actually do more with them in Wrath of the Lich King, but that didn't work out. But they have a really emotionless society, an effective society. It's really fitting for spider and insect-like creatures. It's this quest line. Hunting all over the world. And now this is the Hunter's Rise. I think the Portal Trainer is on the Spirit Rise. Yeah, there's so much lore to the Warcraft universe, which is hidden in books that most people don't even know exist. I think more than half the World of Warcraft players aren't even interested in the lore. And of those that are interested in the lore, more than half don't know there's a pen and paper system with actual lore for things that aren't explained in the game. I really like this world. It may be inconsistent, especially since Blizz likes to retcon things, but if things don't work out the way they were intended, it's a big game, a big world. You have to cut back on some things. I still want to see the ruins of the Nerubian Empire, which are supposed to be in the caves below Northrend. That would be so amazing. But if they're not doing them, that's okay.
That better be good.
Oh, new level of frost armor, nice.
And you
But priests. I don't have a priest skill, no I don't.
beware.
The portal trainer is priest. Where is it? Inscription is not yet implemented. I have no inscription at the moment. Not even Jagger crafting. Priests, mage. Is then where's the there's the portal trainer.
Yes.
Now, teleport to Thunderbluff right now, and portal to Thunderbluff at level 40.
Beware.
And it's really useful to have these spells. Because now I can seek somewhere with my Hearthstone. I can set my Hearthstone somewhere to where I want to quest, and I can just teleport back to one of the major cities to level up. Really useful. Now. Maybe I'm going to flying over there. I'm going back to Camp Torayo and from there towards the Thousand Needles, since my quests are guiding me there.
Peace, friend.
Fine.
I'm going to level one more time before I'm done for today, I think. Later today I have another pen and paper round. A friend of mine is mastering a one-shot in the Degenesis universe, I don't know much about it. It's post-apocalyptic, so I'll look into it. Might be fun, might be chaotic, since things that are really post-apocalyptic are really chaotic worlds. Now that I'm flying over Malgor, I'm really thinking here. They should really remake this game in a better graphic style. It would be really beautiful. It wouldn't be fit for, or maybe it would work out nowadays for
How may I aid you?
for an MMO. But there are so many landscapes that are really, really beautiful in theory. In practice, practically we have these flat grass sprites here. It would be really amazing if there were actually small bushels of grass swinging in the wind. Now, where was I? I wanted to kill a few things to get my skinning up. And no skill points at the moment. I feel so slow. Oops. Was not what I wanted. Level 18, that should be skill work. Medium leather. And I might just start increasing my leather working skills later on. You don't have to watch me do that. I'm going to do that off camera. That's probably really boring, me just clicking and waiting. Well, actually, I'm doing that all the time in most games, but don't tell anyone. Most games are really, you click somewhere and wait. Or you click somewhere and can jump somewhere else to click something. Ooh, a ring. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. One of my neighbors is practicing trumpet skills. It's not bad, but also not at the highest quality at the moment. Oh. Just around the river bend. No. Somewhere. I think there was a Ramo patrol around here somewhere.
Not enough range.
Skinning really gives a lot of experience. And level up. I'm not sure that this is wanted, that is the way they planned it. I think they just don't have enough people who actually skin mobs to tell them that it's really a high experience rate.
Not enough range.
And I'm not complaining, I like it. The faster I level up, the faster I get new skills and I can improve my character. Again, I killed one mob and skinned it, and I got half one of the little boxes in the experience bar. And now, am I going to? That's the question. I think I'm going back to Camp Tarayo. And I'm going to log out there. New level up, new skill points. I'm level 26 now, that might open a few opportunities for skill points. I really need to look into that. Yeah. There's so many options on this server. I really, really like it. I love games where I can play around with the mechanics a lot. One game I really, really liked was a small game called Magic Maker, where you played a little mage in a paper cutout style, and you had spell slots, and in every spell slot you could equip a spell and modify it with other spells. So if you had an attack spell, you could modify it with a lens, that became a laser beam. And if you added a mirror to it, it would reflect off surfaces. The higher the level of the skills, the better the effect. If you had a better laser lens, the laser was bigger, so it hit more mobs at the same time. If the mirror was a higher level, it would reflect off more surfaces. And in the end, I had one awesome laser that would split up on hit, and then reflect over every surface. The moment I hit one enemy, the whole display would be full with effects of me hitting enemies. Amazing, but at some point I think my PC couldn't really keep up with it. My computer was not that good. But now that I think about it, I might just... Maybe I will make a video about Magic Maker, just playing it through it again. It's a rather short game. It has a new game plus, so you can go through the things again. But the moment you have one of those awesome spells, it gets rather easy. But it's fun. It's really fun. Now, as I said, I'm going to log out here. And... yeah. See you guys. Until next time. Woohoo!